History of Arnis. Arnis, a martial art born in Philippines known as kali, an ancient Malayan word implying to a blade weapon longer than a knife. This was practiced primarily for self-defense. The art of hand-to-hand combat has always been a part of the turbulent and bloody history of Filipinos. The early Filipinos were forced to become expert in fighting with the use of bare hands or the bow and arrow out of necessity and self-preservation. The primitive Negritos from Central Asia were found to be expert on these weapons. The Malays migrated to the Philippines and brought with them skill using a long knife-bladed weapon, enriching the Filipinos' arsenal in fighting arts. This is especially true of Muslims in Mindanao and Sulu, who have a special inclination to these bladed weapons, proving their untarnished history of success in repelling foreigners from colonizing them. You can find the most artistic knives in Mindanao as testimony of their love for the bladed weapon. They even have a variety of names from them, which includes Kris, Bolo, Kalis, Laring, Barong, Gunong, Kampilan, Gayang, Pira, Punal, Itak, Bahal, Bangkon, Lahot, and the Panhabas. Arnis is a close combat affair. The skill in parrying and striking developed with utmost dexterity. Arnis, the pre-Hispanic martial art, which was the brawny and bloody power of the Filipinos in the protection of preservation of dignity and power. Filipino heroes are linked with Arnis. Kali was a standard fighting technique in hand-to-hand combat of the Filipinos when they revolted against Spain using itak and bolo. Arnis has many different parts of the region. Pagkali-kali to the Ibangnas, Kalirungan to the Pangasinense, Kaliradman to the Visayans, Eskrima or Garote to the Cebuanos, Baston to the people of Panay and Negros Occidental, and Sinawali to the Pampangueños. Today, Arnis is engaged more as a sport. Much of the antiquated techniques of the old Arnis has been modernized to avoid injury to students. But more important, discipline and other moral values are impressed upon the student to strengthen not only its body but the spiritual as well. Also, the natives carried a point, short, hardwood stick which might have been the forerunner of a motton or a baston in Arnis. In 1596, Kali's popularity declined due to the move of the Spanish authorities to ban the practice. They considered practitioners to be tulisan or outlaws. In 1637, friars introduced the moro-moro as socio-religious blade, dramatizing the triumph of Christian over Muslim. They played for the use of fighting techniques using a sword. The Filipino has a chance to revive their interest in art. in Abuyog Leyte by the chief of the island Malitik and his son Kamutunan, and in Limassol and Kaminging in March 11, 1564, then also in Cebu on April 27, 1564, by Chief Tupas and his warriors. History states that Bonifacio used a bolo as a weapon in the famous Cry of Balintawak. Dr. Jose Rizal studies Cali or arnes before leaving for Europe. General Gregorio del Pilar and Antonio Luna also studied arnes before the revolution. As a fighting art, arnes has three forms. 1. Espada and daga, or a sword and dagger, using a long sword and a dagger. Number 2. Solo baston, or a single stick, using a single long mutton or a baston. And sinawali, a native term applied because of the intricate movement of the two muttons resembling the wave of a sawali, or a crisscross fashion. Arnis today also has three traditional training methods. One is muestracion or pandalag, which touches the artistic execution of the swinging movement and striking for the offense and defense. Number 2, sangga at patama or sombra tabak, wherein striking, thrusting, and parrying in a pre-arranged manner. 3. Larga muton or labanang totohanan, which two trainees engage in a free practice trying to attack each other using other skills. Routine warm-up. General warm-up. Jog. Dynamic stretching. Single leg deadlift. Knee hug. Toe touch. Touch toe. Static stretching. Zipper. Cross knee to elbow. Triceps. Chest stretches. Overhead stretch. Wrist stretch. Wrist stretch down. Striking techniques and drills. Left chest tap. Right chest tap. Left lower leg. Right lower leg. Left eye poke. Right eye poke. Strike to the ground, top of head. Stance drill. Straddle stance. Hook stance. Cat stance. Back stance. Diagonal stance. Attention close stance. Ready or normal stance. Deep stance. Forward stance. Salutation and formalities. Handa. Hugay.